Hey, this is Billy here. This is a Keyforge deck. Very good one, I might add. And this one in particular is Lunaweaver Rashanee, the Symbiotic. This deck in particular has some crazy stuff in it. And believe it or not, it might be my new favorite Keyforge deck, as the title of this video suggests. So without further ado, let's take a look at Lunaweaver Rashanee, the Symbiotic. I love saying that. So I'm going to go through the cards really quick because I have a lot to say about this deck. List card and tide card off to the side, and the first card we have is a Walk the Plank, which is a very nice card, and we have two of those. We also have a Hornswoggle, Hard Simpson, Gas Pipes Malone, Cement Shoes, Whisper, which is a fantastic card in this deck. We also have the Flying Spectre, Freebooter Fae. We also have a Borrow, which is really good, especially in multiples. And this Borrow has a damage pip as well. And now we come to one of our first really awesome cards, Mastermindy. Fantastic card, and believe it or not, this deck doesn't even revolve around her, but she's still a great card to have in this deck nevertheless. After that, we have a Storm Surge with an Amber Pip. This is a great card to be enhanced with an Amber Pip, considering it doesn't come with one normally. We also have a Sink or Swim with a Draw Pip, which is very fun. Seabringer Krakoa, Recusals Chant, Maelstrom, Hookmaster, Brain Drain, and a really important card, Toma of the Glow, but we'll get to why she's important in a minute. Then we got Foogaroo, Illusions of Grandeur, Rust Miser. Now the next super big card in the deck, the Chosen One. This deck has a Chosen One, which is crazy. This card is so bonkers, and I absolutely love it in this deck. Now we get on to probably the most important house in the deck, the Star Alliance. We start off with a Shield You Later, Science Officer Quinkin, Rocketeer Triska, Officer's Blaster, and a second one, this one with a Capture Pip, Teresa, Mutagenesis Researcher, which is where all the enhancements came in. Now probably the most important card in the deck, Commander Draxker. Fantastic card, especially with the Z-Force Agent. Z-Force Agent and Commander Draxker is a fantastic combo, especially with all those upgrades. So now that we know what cards are in the deck, let's count the creatures. We first have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 creatures. That is not bad at all. And Amber Pips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 Amber Pips. That is not bad either. Let's check out this deck house by house. Over in Shadows, we got some really cool stuff. Double Walk the Plank is great just for some immediate stealing. And if you didn't notice, we got a lot of artifact control. We have 2 Borrows and a Hornswoggle, which is really good. Also, the damage pip on this Borrow is very important because that combos off really nicely with Hard Simpson. Because the only other card that can damage creatures in this Shadows lineup is Cement Shoes, and ideally you want to use this to raise the tide for free. However, there is a cool combo where if you play Freebooter Fae, you raise the tide, you do Cement Shoes on Hard Simpson to steal 1 Amber, and then you play Borrow, deal an extra damage to Hard Simpson to steal another Amber. That's always a fun little combo right there. Whisper plays a huge role in this deck. This deck does not have too much creature control. It does have a Maelstrom, but that technically doesn't destroy creatures. Being able to have some just direct spot removal is very nice. And before we move on to the next house, how many cards does steal in general in Shadows? We have 1, 2, 3, kind of, 4, 5, 6, and 7. That is not bad at all. Definitely a really nice Shadows. Now over on to Unfathomable, we have some really cool stuff. Obviously Maelstrom is awesome. Having a board wipe is huge. Seabringer Krakoa I think is a fantastic card. Just a really big body with taunt is huge, and that lets you protect things like the Chosen One, Toma of the Glow, or even some out-of-house creatures as well. We also have Recusals Chant, which is really nice as well, especially with Storm Surge, Rustmiser for a little more artifact control, Illusions of Grandeur is fantastic, and Brain Drain obviously is great. The Chosen One is such a fantastic card, and it really slows down your opponent, and it combos really nicely with Tomwa, which is why Tomwa is so important in this deck. Having a Chosen One and Tomwa makes it so you can draw a ton of cards. Overall, I really like this Unfathomable. I think it's really cool. But moving on to the best house in the deck, we have Star Alliance. Shield You Later is a great little upgrade creature. Quinkin is an alright creature. He definitely doesn't play too big a role in the deck, but he definitely can be annoying for your opponent. Now, Triska, on the other hand, is a fantastic card, and she comes in handy more times than not. We also have the two Officer's Blasters, which combo off really nicely with Commander Drexler and Z-Force Agent. And there might be a crazy combo in here. I will explain it in a minute. We also have Teresa for some fantastic house cheating, but then obviously we have the Z-Force Agent and Commander Drexler, and here's where this deck gets crazy. If you don't know, Commander Drexler reads, after an upgrade is attached to Commander Drexler or one of its neighbors, gain 1 amber. And Z-Force Agent reads, fight, gain 1 amber for each upgrade on Z-Force Agent. So in an ideal world, you'd put these two next to each other. You'd then attach an upgrade to Z-Force Agent, and then you'd gain an amber for doing that. With Drexler, you gain an additional amber. So let's say you had all Z-Force Agents upgrades, you'd gain an amber for each one, and then you'd gain additional amber from Drexler. Now here's where this combo can go crazy. With the wording on Officer's Blaster, this creature gains destroyed, attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor. Emphasis on the word attach. After an upgrade is attached to Commander Drexler, one of its neighbors, gain 1 amber. If you had a scenario where you attach an Officer's Blaster, obviously gain 1 amber, and an extra one from Drexler, and then let's say you fight, Z-Force Agent gets destroyed, with the wording saying attach Officer's Blaster to this creature's right neighbor, and you attach it to Drexler, would you then get another amber from Drexler's ability? Rule-wise, I am not sure if this combo works. With the wording on these two cards, I'd assume that's how that situation would work out, but I am not sure. Regardless, even if this combo isn't a thing, there is undeniably still a huge amount of amber burst potential from this card alone. So the big problem creatures of the deck are Drexler, Z-Force Agent, the Chosen One, Tomwa of the Glow, and Mastermindy. Drexler and Z-Force Agent for the Amber Burst, Chosen One and Tomwa for the creature control and cycling potential, and Mastermindy for the impending doom of stealing a ton of amber. And that, my friends, is Lunaweaver Rashanee, the Symbiotic. That is the end of this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. Now, I bought this deck from Joker. I didn't tell Joel I was going to do this. If you guys want a great price on a fantastic deck, make sure to go to Joker's Decks of Keyforge store. I will have the link to that in the description down below. And Joel, thank you for selling me this deck. It's definitely fantastic. If you're liking I Lost My Keys, make sure to like and subscribe. And I will see you guys next week with another awesome Keyforge video. But until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. And until then, I will see you guys later. Peace.